All right, the reason that I got the GoFundMe was that it wasn't exactly my undertaking. I certainly support it, but it came about while I was in jail in the Natchitoches County Jail, sitting unable to do anything. Really, I was able to talk to some people, but it was a highly regulated form of communication just through email. I didn't even talk to anybody on the phone. I was actually banned on the phone. You make 8 calls and then that was it. I was limited to 8 calls and then cut off. So my communication was non-existent while in jail for those 26 days. But in that time, GoFundMe sprouted thanks to Robert Parker, who has been a great help, a good friend and supporter. And I mean, he identifies with a lot of the same problems that I have with just cops making demands for without probable cause. Yeah, sure, everybody's got reasonable suspicion because they want to flaunt that. So that GoFundMe was started, and it wasn't for the 26 days I was in jail. It was never promoted on my channel. It was all grassroots, which my channel's grassroots, but this was a little bit more than grassroots. It was with other channels, and they got quite a bit of money and were able even to find a good lawyer. I mean, we kind of looked while I was not in jail up to my trial. We're kind of looking for a lawyer, but I wasn't happy with the choices, especially the ones in Natchitoches. I didn't really trust anybody, so I just went without. I just decided to go without a lawyer and just work with that. Work with a non-lawyer. Just defend myself, and that didn't turn out so well for me. The money was raised, and it served its purpose. We promised the lawyer Phil Adams $15,000. He got it, plus the expenses for the costs of all the transcripts and everything that was an extra added expense, gas, that was also all covered. And I mean, that was the main purpose for it. And then, 2 years later, this is still active for 2 years because my case, I mean, what's happened is, I think this GoFundMe was designed to be active only for the Louisiana case while that was active, but my Louisiana criminal case has actually outlasted my GoFundMe. It's like Robert can't keep up on it anymore. He's not a financial expert. We're looking for financial experts who would like to help me with GoFundMe, and that's not exactly easy to do. So we just have to end it. But I mean, the purpose was to serve the life of my criminal case. And in Louisiana, they keep criminal cases going for years and years. So Louisiana has this way of outlasting the people who defend themselves. And it's just unfortunate that they have the system set up like this. I mean, I don't know why the people support it, but it is being supported. So it's being used to, you know, these supporters are leveraging the system against me. So it's really tough to deal with. But it's over, it's done, and we're gonna figure out. Just, I mean, I got my PayPal. People can donate to that. It's no longer dire to have that GoFundMe. That GoFundMe was a desperation call, and then we just kind of made it. I mean, once again, I say it's extended. It's extended long past its purpose. What's the purpose of GoFundMe? To raise money quickly, in short order, in a grassroots manner. But this just keeps going on, and it's just, I mean, long after the original purpose, that it's being used to just further more arrests like Paducah. I mean, we just kind of reword it, and then it's for Paducah and Louisiana. But I mean, if this Louisiana case would have ended sooner, the GoFundMe would have ended sooner. So it's really a prickly situation with me, because, you know, now I got a new lawyer, Judge Barber. How much longer is he going to extend it? Am I looking at another 2 years? Because, I mean, I'm not pleading guilty, and that's what Cloyd Benjamin wants. The longest prosecutor I've ever had trying to prosecute me for over 2 years now, and he just wants me to plead guilty, and I'm like, no. So we're just going back. I mean, this is out of the, I mean, him particularly, this is a personal thing for him, but it might also be a personal thing for the office too, his prosecutorial office, because I did see old Billy Bob, his supervisor, at my trial. So I mean, this guy is not hands off. He's just, I've never exchanged a word with Billy, and neither has my lawyer. My lawyer sounds hesitant to actually talk to that guy as well. You know, he's an elected official. He's supposed to make himself available to the public. He just recently, Billy Joe something, he just recently spoke out against this like this uprising in the for people on death row. Right now, like 30 people applied for clemency, and Billy Joe Harrington, and he's held this public conference to address that issue, saying that it was wrong that all these death row inmates suddenly had this mass appeal that they've submitted, maybe in hopes of swamping the system in some way by doing it all at once, kind of like what the government does to us. And it's also timed at the end of the current mayor's term. The the inmates want to time their appeals before this governor steps out of office, because a new governor is coming in. So there's a lot of timing going on with that. So he speaks out on some things, but he's silent on mine, because they see my crime as beneath them, yet they're very free to arrest me over this nonsense. Yet me disputing it, it's not beneath them to charge me for it, but it's certainly beneath them to address my protest against that arrest. So it just continues on, and that GoFundMe was continuing on. It seemed like crazy that I had a GoFundMe for this to raise so much money, more money than I ever spent in my life. on a criminal charge. It's probably going to be the most money I'll ever spend on my life, however much longer I live, out of 6 arrests. But yeah, it's the life of this GoFundMe has been, it attempted to try to last as long as my criminal case, and it's just not. I mean, the people are worn out. All right, Robert's worn out. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the Louisiana case, but I'm not pleading guilty just because they want me to. So the prosecutor's clearly not tired of it. He's finding some kind of motivation within himself to keep this going. So I probably don't need, that initial amount of money was very much needed, but it was that initial rush for the GoFundMe that was needed most, and then everything after that has just been a trickle. It's been helpful, but not as desperate. While I was in jail initially, it was much needed as a emergency escape, and now it's just a trickle, kind of prepare for any future arrests and to keep dealing with the current Louisiana case too. But I mean, I respect Robert's decision to end this GoFundMe. He's had no help on it. I mean, I wish that he could just get paid from it in some way, but that could be considered fraudulent. And it seems to me the trolls who address this as being fraudulent, I asked them for their receipt, okay? And none of them seem to can produce a receipt. They complain about it, yet they have no receipt. All right, they have no refund that could be potentially coming in for them. They're just complaining about nothing they've put money into. And the people who have put money into it, actually, I've been told that when they were messaged in mass that we're gonna have to end this GoFundMe, it's just too much of a burden, they contributed more money. So there's different kinds of people with different perspectives, and it just there's other ways to trade money, cash in hand, or PayPal, or maybe through Google, through the YouTube, which wow, my channel seems to really be struggling with views and getting new subscribers. I'm a little surprised that it's been blacklisted for so long, but that's what's happening right now with activities. I mean, there's just some things that the advertisers don't want to support for entertainment, and I'm thinking this type of situation with me is not so popular with the advertisers, and I mean, well, I have to respect that. That's their decision. It's their platform. I just kind of I'm trying to communicate what's important for me, okay, and that's what Google, or that's what YouTube's always encouraged us to do, and if they see it as something good for their advertisers, then they can bring more advertisers into the entertainment mix. But if they don't, yeah, that's, I mean, so just working with what I got, and yeah, the GoFundMe is not so necessary now.